Welcome back. My name is Ron. This is my Survival Forever world. It's a let's play, kind of. It's kind of just me giving you an update on my world. Um, it's been a very productive week since I've been last on here. So we'll get right to it here shortly. Uh, Behind me, the snowy peaks over there. There's a second snowy peak. I added that recently. Since my last video. But yeah, so much, so much progress. So many things on the list. So I don't even know where to begin. Where do we want to begin? Um, that's a great question. All right. Um, I've been promising for a while to do a fishing village, and I did. I did a fishing village. It's here. It it it's a series of rocks coming out of the water. What are they called? Not shards. Um, but anyway, they're coming out of the water. They're textured. They have leaves on them and moss and vines and all kinds of things. Yeah, so this there are villagers on here. There's a little village built into it. Um, it's all right here. So we'll go land on this one over here. So there's a series of paths between the stony rocks. There's a few custom trees. I went for a tropical kind of thing. Uh, yeah, it was fun. It was a very unique project to work on. The villagers were not helpful. They are not helpful, as you can see. They seem to get stuck and confused with the pathing. I'm not sure how to alleviate that. Um, but yeah, it's kind of what I had a vision of. I'd done up some mock ideas with Google Gemini, and you know, this is one of the ideas I had, sort of a village center, and then various small huts coming out from that. So let's just go down here. Oh, exactly what I wanted not to do. Um, so yeah, everything's attached to the bottom. Everything is pretty much solid too. Um, uh, I worked with a train that was already here, so we've got a little fishing dock right here. Um, uh, so a place to put the boats and such. And yeah, the villagers they uh, they just they don't like to path over water. I think that was one of the reasons they never built villages in swamps. Maybe that wasn't true, but that's what I remember them saying. They weren't very good at pathing in swamps and jungles. But yeah, so that's a project for later me to do. A jungle village and a swamp village. I don't think I would want to do a twofer on that. This guy's name is Sisyphus. He has one he has one job. You want to guess what his job is? He puts that one item in that one chest, and then he goes back down here. He finds that same item has gone back to his chest, and he goes back up here to put it away. Um, uh, Azuma, Shishwami, whatever you want to call it. His username's a little hard to pronounce. One of the guys on Hermitcraft, he did a whole copper arc thing with copper golems, and had a very similar kind of idea. So I borrowed that idea from him. Um, but yeah, so the villagers are here. They trade with me. Like I said, I've got some custom trees right here. I'm not a big fan of making custom trees, but I thought they turned out better than I would expected. Custom, like I built that custom tree over there too, and that kind of hurts the brain a little because it's outside my comfort level or what I'm used to doing. But anyway, I might do more with the center of this area. I'm not sure. It's very compact. It's very tight. It's very small. I took out some beds. I don't even think there's 10 villagers here, so there's no iron golems or anything either. But that's okay because there's no real room for them. Um, they were grabbing workstations from my base, which is over here, and and that was causing some issues. They were grabbing looms, which are nowhere near this place, I thought, and then um, the fishermen containers too. And anyway, I had a path to over there, but they were pathfinding to my base, and I don't want villagers in my base. I just don't. So yeah, there's that rock there. So there was a path to there, and then a path to the corner of my base. But they were trying to path into my base and escape basically their little tiny little fishing village here. So they had to take up some bridges. But yeah, so each most of the rocks here have a few beds in them. There's minimal decoration because there's a term. Google came up with a term for my style of play. But anyway, yeah. So they have this area. This isn't even got beds in it, and uh, the color palette on the rocks, I kind of just randomly spammed it with several kinds of blocks. I don't know if I would do it differently next time. It's a lot darker than I expected. Also trying to figure out how I could make it pop from the background because at certain angles the background doesn't really it really blends in with some of the backgrounds and stuff. So, but overall, I'm pretty happy with it. And if I see something that I don't like or isn't working out well, like villagers who try to swim everywhere, um, yeah, I'll work on that. I'll work on that. So yeah, so that was a good part of the week. This was a project I'd been putting off for I don't know. I had the idea about a month or so ago, maybe longer. Um, but yeah, that's definitely something I wanted to do. All right, so just get an overview of how it works with the rest of the base and stuff. It's like its own thing, and I'm not sure if what else I want to do out here. I was thinking of doing a mushroom island, mycelium island, but I don't have a ton of space here. Um, but yeah, I do have room for expansion. Uh, and then what else have I been doing? Over here, I've started kind of doing a tree farm, which is very exciting. But yeah, I needed some mangrove wood for those custom trees, and the leaves for the mangroves just make I think the best leaves for the way I play anyway. On my settings. So I've got a little bed in here, and I just manually chop down mangrove trees because they're a pain in the butt to chop down, but that's what I've been doing. Uh, Over here, I added some more tall pines, taigas to this side of the hill. It's not very noticeable, but it's something I wanted to add, and yeah, so. there are other projects I'm going to show too, but over here somewhere, I think, we have our little friends. So I originally got these pale oak trees from a wandering trader, but I did find a pale garden forest with creaking, Mr. Creaking here. And if you don't know how these guys work, there's a heart in the tree, and if you grab the heart out of the tree, they go away. Um, so the heart on this tree right here, I place manually, and if you stare at them long enough, they will not attack you. But if you turn your back on them, they will sneak up on you and try to hurt you. If you have, so it's not a monochromatic forest. This is a fake pale garden here forest that I made. So it just won't look. It won't go. It won't change the colors of the screens and such. But you basically try to attack these guys and you create resin every time you hit them. You can't kill them or anything like that. And then the resin builds up on the tree, and if you get enough of it, you can make another creaking heart out of the resin. And you can also use it for decoration and such. But I wanted to show that during night. Like I said, I added this second pillar. It's probably needs a little more work to make it look a little more natural, but it's there. And then over here, the stony peaks. I brought the stony peaks down more over here. This is all custom added, so that from the base, it's a much more stony peak kind of view, and because this used to all be forest and even partly jungle. But I should probably do this during the day, not at night. But down here I've been this was not a great idea, but it was an idea. Down here is my pit, which leads down into a underground city, ancient city. And I've been slowly just picking away at it. I have haste 2 here, so the rocks just kind of melt. They just melt. Let me see here. So yeah, it's just fast, it's efficient, and I'm just widening it out, and it goes down to bedrock, down to the ancient city. Like I said, it's just a fast, efficient way when I'm building building islands and mountains and such to get material. And then it has sort of a lore thing because somebody was digging through this quarry, open pit mine, and then at the bottom of it is this ancient city they discover. So I mean, I'm not huge on backstory or lore, but I keep it in mind when I am doing some of this kind of work in my world. But yeah, anyway, it's enough for the night. Let's go find a bed and go to sleep. So this sign can actually come down now. So it's fishing village, some rocks, spire tower, potion room. The spire tower potion room was last week. This fishing village was this week, along with the rocks. So that's all done. I have another set of notes in my phone and some on the in the wall in the nether hub of things to do. So many things to do, and I just added what did I just add? Jungle village and Swamp Village. So yeah, that's there. That's there. I lost track. All right. Um, all right. So the next project was over here at spawn. I die about once a week or so, or maybe more. I could never play hardcore. Shout out to anybody who can or wants to, because I just couldn't imagine losing all this work and then starting from scratch. But so what I've done is I've created a tower, and it's got a dual kind of look to it. It looks like both a radio tower and an actual like wizard's tower or something like that. And the whole idea is that I put it at. Let's try this again. There we go. I know how to fly, really. So this is where I spawn. It's not at 0, 0. 0, 0 is over there somewhere. But yeah, so I built this tower. It's very specific. What happens is I die here. I don't want to die here, but I die here. So I come in here. I have my I have my rescue box right here, and I have puppies. I have backup gear here. So backup elytra, backup armor, weapons. It's just a backup gear. And then basically, where am I gonna die? Where am I gonna spawn? I'm gonna spawn here if my bed is not available. And then you come in here, you get to a bubble elevator, and you go all the way up here to 128 height, and that gives you access to my world. Uh, there's a village over there. There's a fishing village there. The iron farm's over here. Uh, the new village is over there. Uh, this is majority of my world right from this view. And then the idea is that from the top of this tower, you can actually just fly off it. You don't even have to use a rocket. You can, but you don't have to. And so yeah, and then you get here to the base, to the storage room, where everything is. You have access to everything. Of course, you have access to everything from the ender chest, but say I died over there or whatever, yeah, I could. It's just a more convenient way to get to where I need to be as fast as I need to be. Um, so, and then out of the blue, so out of the blue, I decided I wanted to do this other building. So we'll take a look at it from over here. I'm going with another hangar kind of structure on this side. I'm running out of water or river to build in, but I could probably I could probably get creative. But yeah, I built this structure the past day or so. So and this is yet another storage room and structure. But and it's got some real advantages for me because I there's certain things I'm looking for and I'm always like which chest is it in, where does it go, and it's in here, so totems of undying, golden apples. All right, and golden apples and enchanted golden apples, all my ominous potions, horse armor, horse saddles, and puffer fish for uh, the other guys. Yeah, and then so yeah, so this is like more of the museum kind of library kind of setup I wanted to do. All my armor trims are over here, record discs, which I can actually need quite a few more. All my sherds. not shards, sherds. Um, and then the rare seeds and plants and things like that. And that's the heart of a creaking heart for the creaking guy. But yeah, and then over here I've got some rare blocks. I guess they're rare. This is a stone diamond deposit. I thought I had more than that, but I guess this is also rare. Deep slate coal. I'm not sure if that's the way I want to display it or how I want to display it, but it's that way for now. And then, of course, the elephant in the room is this guy. This guy is a fossil. It's not a real fossil, but I wanted to simulate having a fossil on display. Could think of it maybe as some kind of. There are actual fossils in the game you can dig up, and I found them once or twice in all my years. But so I kind of made like a skull here, and then a series of rib cages and things like that. So maybe it's a giant sniffer. Maybe it's not a giant sniffer. Maybe it's something else. But it's just kind of hanging out up there. It's out of the way, but it kind of fills the room at the same time. And I want to give credit to one guy. He did something very similar to this, and it really, really galvanized what I was trying to do. I was looking for something like this, but yeah, his name is Philip Rowland. His username is Philip R, I guess, on Minecraft. And this thing he did, it was called a Minecraft dinosaur fossil turned into a museum exhibit, and it was like a 5-year-old video. Looks like he was playing on Pocket Edition, and it's had over 500 views or something. But I just thought that was a really cool idea. Wanted to give him credit for inspiring me to do something similar. I mean, a lot of times you see a lot of ideas and things out there, and it's kind of a universal thing, but I really didn't find a lot of people doing this. So I used the clay as sort of like the glue or the cartilage to hold some of the bones together, like they would in a in a museum exhibit, and then it's just all bone block for everything else. It's kind of a shame because they're so high up in here that you can't really get a real good view of him, but at the same time, you you get a sense of how big he is and stuff too. And he may change. You know, she, them, they it. I'm still. It's this whole organics thing with trees and things like this. It's outside my comfort zone, but it's something I want to learn more about. But yeah, so they're here in the museum exhibit, and if I find more things, I'm sure I have plenty of room to put more things in here, and I may move more things around or whatever in here too. But again, it's one of these like glassed in hangar like structures. I was actually quite proud of oh, the way it attached to this end of the building. And it's got like a dome kind of thing going at this end. And yeah, yeah. So I think that's pretty much it. I feel like I always have to check through things in my head, figure out what I've done, what I did last week, what I did the week before. Again, I feel like this has been a pretty busy week. I had to pull up all the potion stuff right in here in the potion area because those guys at the village were all becoming potion guys. So I'll put it back and do more with the potions and stuff. There's a few more other potions I want to work on, and then gosh, in here, again, I'm not remembering what goes where and what's been done, but anyway, I have a wall of ideas, and so yeah, the fishing village is done. I wanted to do more tree island. Yeah, anyway, a lot of these I've done actually. I still need to do like a horse stable or some kind of Australian style sheep barn. Um, I also want to do a biome of lush cave above ground. That's another one I want to do. Um, so this goes to one of the villages that may be new. Um, and then down here, um, this this isn't new. That's old. That goes to my pillager outpost, which I've been playing around with. I've got so many pillager things though that I probably won't have to actually ever do that. I want to do more trial chambers. I do want to get the mace sledgehammer thing. Um, and then these mushrooms may end up on that island, the island. All right, and then down here, this is a new. This goes right to Spawn Village, which I built last week. I changed a little bit of the building structures. I'm still trying to figure out the palette and block choices. A build's never done for me. If I see something that I let it, I build it a certain way, and then over time I'll keep checking it in my head. Is it the look I'm going for, or is it something off with it? And then should I rode the horse? There's this is the end portal. It's there, but I don't need to. I haven't finished the end portal room. That's another project for another day. Um, yeah, I have a swamp out here. That's right. Um, again, like I said, I'll build a. I also want to get a portal out to the mesa biome. So yeah, I've got a swamp. It's there's nothing out here yet, and it's gonna be one of those things. I'm trying to put roads out to places, but it's that dang elytra is just so convenient. Really, it really is. But then I've got what else do I have down here? I've got another portal. All right, so I have a taiga village here, and which is separate from the one at the end portal. And then I have a pillager outpost as well near the taiga village. But this puts me into an ice and snow biome too. Um, and then with this seed, with this world, I wanted to be able to experience all the biomes I could within a 2 by 2 map area, which is like 2,000 blocks by 2,000 blocks, and the positive and the negative side. So yeah, so we've got a pillager outpost here on ice. I may try to do something with that. And then over here, it's a it's a taiga village that I've worked with a little, but not something I've tried to expand much or anything like that. I don't think. But I always like to upgrade the villages and give them a bit of love, a little bit of attention, so they survive, and then I can trade with them and stuff. But yeah, I think we're good. I think that covers everything. So a lot of structures, a lot of inspired buildings, like unplanned inspired building, which is fun. I've got some things crossed off the list, and yeah. So again, my name is Ron. This is my Forever World, and that's what I've been up to for the past week. If you made it this far, leave a comment and tell me what you think. What new projects do I need to work on? A, I'm never going to build a windmill. B, I'm never going to build a lighthouse. I don't hate them, but I don't like them enough to build them either, if that makes any sense. I don't know. Maybe I do hate them. Hate such a strong word. I dislike the idea of adding them to my world. Let's put it that way. So maybe that's controversial. Maybe that'll spark somebody's something. Anyway, again, my name is Ron. Thank you for watching. I'll be back next week with more updates and probably something new that I've built. Thank you. Goodbye.